Hello everyone, it is I, Blame Truth, and I am bringing you what I said I would bring you. I'm bringing you a team building video to kind of explain how I go about building teams. You know, honestly, I've made some really good teams, like stuff I could probably enter tournaments with, and as long as I don't screw up through my misplays, I win. And then I've made some teams that I think look great on paper and don't work well at all. 5th gen is really weird. It's a really weird gen for competitive battling because I felt that they really nailed it balance-wise in 4th gen, and then 5th gen was kind of like, let's throw all that out the window and just make everything ridiculous. Granted, Smogon has balanced the metagame relatively well, but there's still a lot of stuff that's just so obscenely good that it's hard to it's really hard to make a team that could handle everything. I think every team, no matter what you do, will have a weakness to something, and that's just the nature of the game in 5th gen. But the way I make teams is generally I think of something I want to use, a central Pokemon I want to use. Like, for instance, this team, I wanted to use a bulky Dragon Dance Gyarados because I'd actually gotten swept by one of these in a previous battle, and I wanted to try it out because I haven't used Gyarados really in 5th gen at all. It's kind of fallen back in popularity, but that just makes it all the more deadly because less people prepare for it. You know, a lot of people don't run HP Electric on Vaporeon anymore, they run Toxic, and with this set right here, you can set up on Vaporeon all day. But I made the standard Gyarados set here, which has the EVs and stuff listed on Smogon's website for it. I just pretty much copied and pasted everything from there. Nothing special here. And then how I go about building a team is I think of things that can, I guess, complement this particular Pokemon that I'm building, you know, stuff around. So for instance, Celebi handles the electric attacks aimed at Gyarados if it's needed to just, you know, wall them. And then Magnezone handles the rock and electric as well. What I like to do is, you know, think of like, what's the biggest counter for the main Pokemon I'm trying to let be the star of the show. And I think the biggest counter are Choice Scarf users, and if not that, Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn really counters Gyarados pretty well, and I wanted to, as well as Toxicroak, substitute Toxicroak, anything with substitute that can stall out the bounce that's immune to water or resistant to water, really gives Gyarados a hard time. So for Toxicroak, I wanted Celebi because for one, it synergizes well with Gyarados, and for two, it has Psychic, which can pretty much destroy any Toxicroak that's not behind a sub or that's not set up, whatever. Then I have Magnezone to take out Ferrothorn and other, you know, fairly bulky steel types that can handle me. Like, what's something else? I think Jirachi can handle me pretty well, and it also has the ability to paralyze me. So, I mean, any steel type out of the way is good, especially considering this Magnezone also helps Salamence spam Outrage because it takes out steel types. So that's pretty much the thinking there. Again, Celebi, I have Giga Drain and Psychic because one of the biggest threats to rain teams in general, or Gyarados even, is Gastrodon. It's immune to water, it gets a special attack raise with water. So Giga Drain takes care of that, and Special Defensive Celebi is like the perfect switch into Gastrodon, perfect counter. Again, this Choice Specs Magnezone can take out Ferrothorn with a 2-hit KO, even in the rain with Hidden Power Fire. And then I have specialized EVs to make sure I outspeed. I actually don't remember what I used or why I have this speed, but it's used to outspeed something in particular. I can't remember what. I think it's Jellicent, maybe? Maybe it's Jellicent or Skarmory. That's it, Skarmory. So these EVs are used, or this speed number is used to outspeed Skarmory. Max special attack. The rest goes into HP. Just, you know, I get some extra bulk. Politoed is there just to counteract other weathers because Venusaur in Sun is incredibly dangerous, and Landorus in Sand is incredibly dangerous as well. So Politoed is there just to counteract weather. And this set is actually a set I came up with. The EVs are pretty standard. I actually have a little bit more speed just to outspeed standard all the other Politoed variants, so I can get off a rest if I need to. But this set is actually really good, and I'm surprised it's not on the Smogon site, because this ensures that, like for instance, if, I don't know, some people can get careless with their weather starter on their team if they, let me actually restart this song really quickly. But anyway, a lot of people can get careless with their weather starter and let it get low on health. When they see Politoed getting low on health, they'll kind of make, you know, riskier plays with it. Then I'll surprise him with the rest. He'll back up to full, and even if I'm sleeping, that doesn't stop Drizzle from activating. Sleep Talk, I can, you know, Sleep Talk with Scald, get a burn, Sleep Talk and Encore, and then go into an appropriate switch accordingly. If I Encore something into Earthquake, I can go into Gyarados or Celebi or Salamence. If I Encore something into a Rock move, I can go into Donphan. If I Encore something into an Electric move, I can go into Celebi or Magnezone, whatever, you know. Encore also stops setup sweepers. A lot of the time, things like Dragon Dance Gyarados will just start setting up on Politoed, thinking like all I can really do is Perish Song and then I can get a few hits off. But I prefer Encore to Perish Song because I can play around it. Then I can go into Magnezone if they don't switch out and get some switch initiative with Volt Switch or whatever. But yeah, this Politoed set's really good. Give it a try. You know, it's definitely. It definitely focuses on survivability, and it makes sure you win the weather war. Donphan is really just a defensive thing that you know, resists electric attacks, which I have a weakness to in two of my guys. I have a resistance as well, but it's always good to have a backup resistance and just a good overall general, you know, check to strong physical attackers, strong fighting types. It also has priority, which, if you can, what I try to do is fit priority, some type of priority, any type of priority move into my team somehow, unless it's just like a full stall team or something. Any kind of priority is good though, just because priority is so good and can save your ass. So it's good against the dragons. I'm not invested in attack, but it's good against dragon types, things that are 4 times resistant to it. And then Rapid Spin, you know, keeps rocks off the field for Gyarados, keeps spikes off the field for everything else, you know, and Salamence, of course. Stealth Rock's there because Stealth Rock is like the best move in the game. Salamence is, you know, my last option here because it synergizes well with everything else, especially Magnezone, which can take out Steel types. So if you see here, I try to get everything covered, weakness and resistance wise. Like Gyarados is weak to Rock and Electric. Okay, so what I want to do, and right here, over here, Salamence is also weak to Rock as well. So what I want to do is have 2 things that can resist Rock to counteract that. So I have Magnezone. So for instance, you know, just something like Banded or Choice Scarf Terrakion comes in, and he kills my Gyarados. In that situation, if I didn't have a Rock resist and it was like Scarfed, I'd be in trouble. But I can go into Donphan, set up rocks, get rid of stuff. I can go into Magnezone, go for a Flash Cannon and kill it outright, or Predictive Switch and go for a Volt Switch, whatever, you know. Celebi is weak to Dark and Bug and Ice and Fire. So pretty much Gyarados is a good check to all those, and it can set up a sweep. As is Magnezone, he resists Dark, and then he doesn't resist Fire, but it's a rain team. Politoed resists Fire, Salamence resists Fire, Gyarados resists Fire. You see them going at, like, you need a good synergized team, a well synergized team, whether that's offensive or defensive, getting tongue tied, defensive or whatever. That's what I would do, or that's what I do, and it seems to work out pretty well. I mean, it's just team building 101. Again, though, you can make a team that seems to synergize so perfectly, like a proper, a good defensive team is Heatran and Celebi, you know, like a good defensive duo. Same with Ferrothorn and Jellicent. they are also very, very good because they cover each other's weaknesses and resistances perfectly. That being said, some Pokemon can hit them both for neutral damage and still destroy you, like Choice Banded Terrakion, for instance. I'm pretty sure that it can 2-hit KO either of them, so it doesn't matter. But in general, stuff that synergizes well is going to, work out well in a team. That's not always true though. I've made teams that have synergized perfectly and have sucked. So it's just the nature of 5th gen. Stuff can look good on paper and suck in execution, and stuff can look bad on paper and be great in execution. For instance, I've used a Parasect on an OU weather team, and it's actually done work, like a sub-seeding Parasect, and that thing's in you. Might look stupid, but it can be very effective, for one, because not a lot of people expect it, not a lot of people know what the hell's going on with it, and for two, it can just be an underrated thing that no one uses that is actually like a good secret weapon. Like Jinx can be, I've gotten swept by Jinx before in OU because it's been on a rain team. It's had Lovely Kiss to put a counter to sleep. It's got Nasty Plot. I mean, it's got the healing with the rain. So just because something's underrated or isn't used often, like this Politoed set, doesn't mean it's bad. And I like making sets that are slightly different anyway, like this, just because I think they're cool. And yeah, but that's pretty much Team Building 101. If you guys enjoyed it, you're welcome to leave a like, rating, and subscribe, comment, whatever. And hopefully that helped you with team building and such. I will say this: no matter how good you play, a person with just a better built team than you is most likely going to win. It's all about team building, I think. Team building is the most important step, and if your team is weak to something or doesn't synergize well, doesn't matter how well you play, usually you're going to have a hard time. I think having a good team is the 50% of winning. The next 25% is your skill, and then the next 25% is the luck. So, that's my opinion though. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, like I said, rate it, comment it, favorite it, comment. So I already said that. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.